Hey people, how are you doing? Welcome to this special event. Today we are launching our hackathon, upcoming hackathon from ReactPlay. And it's a very exciting moment for me and the entire ReactPlay community members that we're going to do this and we're going to do this together. So today the agenda is kind of very packed. What we'll be doing is like I'm going to take you through about the hackathon, what we'll be doing, everything about it, how we'll be participating, and all those factors. And then we'll also take you through about how can you register for this hackathon, what it means to you, and then definitely want to take any questions that you might have, right, to answer those. So as we proceed, if you have any questions, please put them on chat. The team is there behind who will be kind of responding to each of these questions. But if there is anything remaining, I'll also kind of get those towards the end of it. So without much delay, let me just go ahead and share my screen and then get started with the stuff. So I have a small presentation, which I guess people are able to see, and I'll just go through it. So we're going to talk about ReactPlay Hackathon launch. You know, or if you don't know, like ReactPlay is an open source project, and we have a community behind it, which is running this project, maintaining this project, and people are also contributing. It's a project got started with the aim that people will start React.js and its ecosystem by building projects, and then there will be code reviewers who will be reviewing those projects, and then the project get published. But over the period of time, what we have seen is like we have kind of multifolded that particular initiative with the things that we launch few other initiatives like writing content on our blog, and then participating into open mic is an public forum where anybody can come and speak about anything technical, not necessarily you need to be an expert. And we have like React Play Live, where we have few guests from the industry and they kind of come and share their expertise. We also do Twitter Spaces and few other activities like hackathon. So before this, we have done two hackathon, one called HackerPlay 1.0 and another one as an internal hackathon, community hackathon, is called 2 plays a month. And this will be our third hackathon, which we call as HackerPlay 2.0. So welcome everyone to HackerPlay 2.0. And the timeline for HackerPlay 2.0 is from 21st July to 11th August. So today we are standing on 19th. So it's about another couple of days when you want to just flagship this particular hackathon and allow you to take part in it. So in the subsequent slides, I'm going to go through everything about this hackathon that you need to know, and going to give you all the details about, so that you kind of start getting ready between now and 21st. All right. So first, let's talk about the schedule, which is very important. And if you have any question about the schedule or anything that as an input, please go ahead and post it on the chat, whether you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on LinkedIn Live, doesn't matter. You can actually post it on the chat. So let's talk about the schedule. The schedule is basically split into two phases. So we wanted this hackathon to happen in two phases. And when you spoke about that, entire duration, you would have seen that the duration was about registration 3 weeks, but we are now kind of splitting these two things in. One is like registration and ideation, and the second thing is about the implementation. Okay, so now the registration and ideation has a particular phase where you will be ideating like what kind of project that you will be building. And once you have that kind of idea, like, okay, this is the project that I'm going to build, and then what you are going to do is basically you are going to register that project. Register that project means you are putting that idea, submitting that idea, so that we know like what you are building, the world knows that what you're building, right? And the second phase where you will be implementing them, it means that you have a duration through which you have to take your idea to reality. You will be building proof of concept, you will be building something that you want to showcase to the world, right? So the registration and ideation phase is for 1 week. That start from 21st and it goes till around 27th, right? About 1 week. That so within this time you have to think about an idea, and if you already have an idea, great. And then the portal will open on 21st, So you have to go ahead and submit your idea. We'll show you like how to submit the idea. And then once the idea is submitted, the next phase is about the implementation, which you start from 28th July and it goes till 11th August. So net, it is like 3 weeks of engagement, but the first week goes about the registration and ideation, and the second is goes about implementation. Now, if you have ideated early, if you have registered early, great, you can always start doing the implementation early, so nobody is going to stop you. You get some extra time. Okay, so we don't stop you, like you have to start on 28th itself. But the fact here is after 27th you won't be able to post your ideas, you won't be able to register your ideas, for this hackathon. So be mindful about that. So after that we'll have a demo day. We will select top few submissions. We'll have our internal scoring mechanism. We'll have our internal things to kind of take out like top few. I don't know the number yet. We might go for 5, we might go for 8, or we might go for 10. That's the internal committee to kind of decide, but we'll let you know very soon. So with that number of ideas will be demonstrated, and we'll do this demo publicly. We'll talk about the demo in a bit, like how to do the demo. And after the demo, we'll take a day break and we'll take out the results on 15th of August. So 15th of August, we'll take out the results everywhere, like on LinkedIn, Twitter, Discord, on our website, everywhere the results will be out. So I hope this is clear, but if you have any more queries, or if you have anything that you want to know specifically, please go ahead and start putting your questions, and we will be able to kind of answer you. All right, so this is good. Now let's go and talk about a few things which is very important. We want to talk about our sponsors. So this particular hackathon, like any of our previous hackathon, we are very excited that this hackathon is also sponsored by an organization, and so that we actually can think about good prizes, we can think about a good way of organizing this one. So this time, Hackerplay 2.0, our primary sponsor that we have is Bugfender. So if you know about Bugfender already, is great, but if you don't know, please go ahead and check for Bugfender on bugfender.com, and you will be able to know more about Bugfender. But let me give you some insight about Bugfender. Bugfender is a remote logger and the crash reporting system. So basically, if you are building any application, like be on web or on mobile or using any of the mobile SDK, doesn't matter, or any native mobile platform like Android or iOS, or maybe on Flutter, React Native, or any web development kit like React, Angular, Vue, Plate, anything that you are actually your app is built on, you can plug in this particular tool, the Bugfender, in easiest way, easiest possible way to track and log everything onto Bugfender server, and then you kind of take out the report, out of it. You can do a lot of other activities, like you can actually push those report to your GitHub as an issue and help your team to track them, and then help resolving some of the issues that you are actually finding through this logging and the cache reporting. So this is a great tool. You can actually check out this tool and see how you can actually utilize this tool in your project or in future. Having said that, we will be talking about Bugfender. We'll be talking about how to use Bugfender in the project, in more details in coming sessions and all. But for now, think about it is probably one of the easiest tool to use, because you just need to install an npm if you're in the web world, and invoke a function from the import a function from the module, and then just use it. It is as simple as that. It is pretty simple to set up and do stuff. But we will do an exclusive sessions for this one, where you will learn about Bugfender in much better way. Because in the down the line, I'm going to talk about like why Bugfender is important for this hackathon. And thanks to Bugfender for sponsoring this hackathon. Thanks for being the title sponsor, the primary sponsor for the hackathon. Having said that, if any of you would like to kind of sponsor this hackathon, because we are non-profit open source community, we don't earn anything by doing anything. So if you want to do any kind of sponsorship that can go towards any kind of giveaway or shout out or making some t-shirts or any goodies throughout the hackathon that we can actually give when we do a lot of competitions and activities, We would be really, really grateful if you can do that. So anything is fine, and we'll make sure that you get a proper mention whenever you come forward to do the sponsorship. So please reach out to me or anybody from the team on our Discord. We will definitely help you out with how to kind of do that. Okay, so we'll move on. Next thing that I'm going to talk about the hackathon itself, and this is where I want to spend some time explaining like all the nitty-gritties about the hackathon so that you understand it completely. And again, if you have questions, please ask them. Would like to answer them. So about the hackathon. So this hackathon is going to be online. It will be an online hackathon. You will have maximum of two team members in a team. We don't want to go beyond that because two sounds good for 2 weeks of implementation and 1 week of ideation kind of stuff. So it's a maximum of two. But if you want to kind of participate alone or you want to go solo, so please go ahead and participate alone and go solo. So there's no really stop for that. You got to register before you start. So this is what we spoke, like we kept dedicatedly 6 days, 6 to 7 days for you to think about idea, find a team member, and register your idea. It also might happen that you register your idea early and later point of time you found a team member. That's also perfectly okay, it's fine, but you have to register your idea in the first phase of the hackathon, that as we spoke. So make sure you register, and then we will declare three winners towards the end, where winner one, winner two, winner three. You are able to see this figure, like winner one gets 500 USD, winner two gets 300 USD, winner three 200 USD. Along with that, we'll also call out two special mentions, two special mentions project, and each of the special mention get 100 USD each, right? So thanks to Buckfinder again for sponsoring this hackathon so that we can actually stretch out to this extent and give these prizes. Nevertheless, apart from these five folks who actually win any monetary benefit out of this hackathon, everybody else get hackathon badges and certificates. So in our previous hackathons, we have not done badges, but we have done certificates. But this hackathon, we'll be doing certificate, and we'll also issue the certificate to all the winners of the previous hackathon. That also we're going to do, not for every participant of the previous hackathon, but all the winners of the previous hackathon we'll do. But from this hackathon onwards, all the participants will get hackathon badges and certificates. So the screen I'm showing is out of ReactPlay. So if you're in ReactPlay and have ever participated in any hackathon or ever built anything, ever contributed, you will have your profile created, which shows the badges that you would have earned. So some of the badges are related to our previous hackathon, previous hacker play, or previous 2 plays a month. That's what you can see. Like this, you will get more badges getting added. That's about it. Like that's about the hacker play. But want to talk about like why to participate. I mean, it's all okay. I mean, you have winning prizes, you're having an online hackathon. That's all fine. But what should be your reason to participate? So I was thinking through like what could be your reason to participate. Then I came up with few points which I think like if I am someone who is looking into an upcoming hackathon, if I have to participate, I need to check these reasons for me, and when I come convinced, I'll definitely go ahead and participate. So these are the reasons I have put. You might get few more reasons, and that's well and good. So these are the reasons. This hackathon is a completely beginner friendly hackathon, so it means you can build whatever you want. If you think something to be built just using plain JavaScript, HTML, raw CSS, you are learning a framework maybe, but you are comfortable with these three, this hackathon is for you. Or if you think like there is a Next.js 13 came and there are a lot of cool features, I'll be building something with Next.js, Tailwind at the back, with Mongo, this hackathon is still for you, right? So it doesn't matter like which level you are in. The hackathon is for making 1+1 greater than 2. It means that you come up with an idea, you may or may not know how to really build it. You get into an environment for 3 weeks where we assist you, we teach you, we guide you to make the things happen. That's the whole purpose of this hackathon. That's why it is like a community hackathon. We want to keep it open for everyone who wants to kind of ideate, build, and want to learn, in a kind of environment, which actually help them to kind of get ideas, get pumped up, collaborate, and do something. That's what the hackathon is about. So it's always 1 + 1 greater than 2 in this kind of hackathon. So that's my biggest reason, probably why I should be, participating in a hackathon like that. And we guide you in every step. So, for example, you are stuck with something, we have folks who will try to help you out. May not be like sitting with you coding and debugging, but at least giving you clues, giving you resources, telling you like where to go to find the solution. That kind of help we'll definitely do. We'll have sessions and things like that, which will help you, like, how to find out, how to ideate, how to find your team member and things like that. So we'll also have those kind of help. The other thing is, like, if you are a completely beginner and you are actually planning to participate in a hackathon, um, you sometimes you think, this thing came to me as well, like I think like, oh, I probably need to build a rocket, that's what the hackathon is about. But at the end of it, it's not like that. You don't have to really build a rocket. You have to build something that you would like to build. Otherwise you probably not giving time, you are procrastinating. But this 3 weeks is something which is driving you to build something which is you put off somewhere. Now you can actually give that time. Also, you get a chance to build something from your learning and show something what you are building. So you learn to build and build to show to the world. So this is a great opportunity for that. And you get to meet many like-minded people. You won't get to network with a lot of people, which is really good, because you never know like where the opportunity comes from. And hackathon is a perfect place. People who have participated in hackathon before, they know like it's a perfect place where the networking matters, and you'd never know really where the opportunities comes from. And of course, you may win. So that's always there, like, you may win the prizes, any of those 5 prizes you may win. And even if you don't win anything, you actually get all the things that I just now spoken. So you have enough reason to participate. So please participate in this hackathon, which is going to be really good for you, and it will be good for the communities also. All right. So with that reason, I'm going to talk about a bit about what are the activities that we have planned. So while you will be ideating, you will be registering, and you will be hacking, you will be implementing, we have few things planned for you. We will have sessions by experts and mentors, and these sessions will may have in multiple places. Some of them will have on YouTube, some maybe in the form of Twitter Spaces, some maybe on Discord. We'll let you know early, like what is the platform that we're having this, and who is that expert taking what kind of sessions. Some of the sessions definitely we have in our mind is like next week we want to do like how to ideate, how to find team members, how to do the demo for hackathon, those kind of sessions. Then you also want to do a session about being proficient, proficiently use Git, GitHub, and any of the hosting services for hosting your front end, back end, whatever, for a hackathon kind of environment. Because I've seen like many people towards the end come like, hey, where to host? I have a back end project, like, where to host? I don't know where to host for free. I don't want to pay for it. So and then something like what minimally you should know about Git and GitHub to kind of get ready, right? So sessions like that we have in plan, and we are talking to some of the speakers who can actually come and give you these sessions. Then we'll have quizzes and challenges throughout. So it means that whether you are taking part in hackathon or not taking part in hackathon, you can always take part on those quizzes and challenges and win shout outs. We may do some giveaways, and these things will happen mostly on our social media. So if you are not following us on Twitter and LinkedIn, go ahead and follow us on Twitter and LinkedIn, so that whenever these things happen, you get to know, like, it is happening and you can take part in it. And the last activity that we'll do is about we'll have a couple of checkpoints when you are implementing stuff. So these checkpoints will help you to get engaged with this hackathon. So it is like, if nobody is looking at it, maybe your self motivation drops at certain point of time. But if someone is like looking at it and asking you, hey, how far you have done, are you stuck, let me help you, can we have a call, kind of stuff. So you will be always like, on your toes, so that you will be executing, on it consistently. So we want you to do it consistently throughout the tenure of the hackathon, in whatever the length you can, whatever the time you have. Of course, you might have school, might have college and office and etc., or family life. But apart from that, whatever the time you can give to the hackathon is great. But you want to make sure that you don't drop the ball. We push you enough. So that's why we'll be having a couple of checkpoints. We will talk more about it. We'll share more about it once the hackathon gets started, like how are you going to do these checkpoints and how can you take advantage of those checkpoints. So these are the activities that we'll be doing. Okay, so after that, I'm going to talk about the judging criteria. It's pretty important because you need to keep these things in mind. Um, if you are looking beyond participation, of course, participation is great, but you might also want to look for like the competitive part of it, and that's where the judging come into picture. So we'll have judges who will be looking into these project submissions and then judge your project accordingly, so that we have a bunch of projects ready for demo, and then from the demo again we have the first, second, third winner and the special mentions, right? So the judging criteria goes like this. We give a lot of value. So each of these things having their own weightages. We won't reveal like what weightage is what. For example, idea might have 30% weightage and rest of things are 70%, so something like that. So but we'll have our own formula to decide like what goes where. But these are the parameters that we will keep in mind. One is like idea, like how are you thinking, like how innovatively you are thinking about something. So that's definitely the usability of the application that you are building, or the user interface of that definitely comes into picture. I spoke about bug finder. It's a library, it's very easy to use. We'll have sessions next week, but you also can go ahead and try it out. Going to bugfinder.com, just try out their SDKs. It's pretty easy. It just takes probably 3 to 4 minutes for you to kind of set it up and get it running. So we want to see the how are you using that particular bugfinder SDK in your application, and then how you do this demo or you do this speech, because this is where also you want to get better at, right? Daily is like we do a lot of work, and if we cannot sell our work, nobody looks into it, right? So that's usually how happen, right? So hackathon is an environment where you can whatever work that you're doing for 2 to 3 weeks, and let's say you are given last 5 to 6 minutes, how would you kind of compose your entire journey and demonstrate that to the wider audience, the judges, within the 5 to 6 minutes time, right? So that's something that you need to learn, and again we are going to help you like how to do it. Don't worry if you have never done. We'll give you enough examples. We'll handhold you like how to do the demo, how to do the pitch, so you will learn everything, but we want you to do it at the end of it with your project. And the last thing about the content, this is like a bit loose in a way, like you don't have to really write a blog if you don't want, or create a video if you don't want. Content means is like we want you to tell your story somewhere. So it can be a Twitter thread. If you're on Twitter, very active on Twitter, you can create a thread. Or if you're on thread like meta thread, Instagram thread itself, now you can write a thread over there. If you're on Facebook, you can write a post. If you're on LinkedIn, write a post. Or if you're a blogger, if you want to write a blog about your journey of this hackathon, how you build things, etc., do it. Or if you are a YouTuber, you want to do it on YouTube, it's up to you. So wherever you want to do, you do it. What we need, just the link wherever you have posted, right? So this is about the content. And when once you submit the project, we'll ask you basically three things. One is about where your application is running publicly, a link of that. Then this content link wherever you have published this content, and your GitHub source code link. That is where you have actually put your code. We are an open source community. We want the hackathon code to be open source, at least till the duration of the hackathon, so that you can actually submit the Git repository link as well. So that's about the judging criteria. Up next, we are going to talk about registration process, and I'm going to bring my community member Pritesh over here, and then I'm going to ask him to kind of go ahead and start doing this stuff. So Pritesh, let me see if you are here. Hey Pritesh, can you hear me?
Hello everyone. My name is Pritesh and I'm a community member of ReactPlay. I take care of socials and events, and I'm here today to tell you guys how excited I am for this hackathon, because whenever I've participated in like 3 to 4 hackathons till now, and it's a great platform to learn something. And today I'll be telling you about the registration process and everything that we are following. in this hackathon. Are you sharing your screen or should I share mine?
You go ahead and share your screen,
Okay,
Pritesh.
understood. Yeah, just give me a moment. Okay, I'll just share my screen. Okay. Um. Okay. Is my screen shared? Can you see the screen, Tapas?
No, I don't see your screen, Pritesh.
Um. Okay.
If you want me to share, I can share. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
just
Can
talk.
you please share it? Uh, it would be
Okay,
great.
sure. I'm going ahead and sharing my screen so you can talk it through. Hopefully, the screen is visible now.
Yes.
And yeah, here you go.
Cool. Uh, so the registration process in this Hacker Play 2.0 is pretty simple. What you need to do is there will be a platform. Will be sharing this links and everything. You just need to add a title, add a proper description, and you have to tag your team member. As Tapas told us, we are like we have restricted with 2 team members, so you just need to add your team member's name here. And I would recommend you to add the best description that you can add it here, because you never know, like this project, once you submit, like the whatever the title or description you submit, once you are done submitting this, you won't be able to change the title or description, any of these. So make sure you think properly and think of whatever idea is, what are the use cases, do's and don'ts. You make sure you have a clear structure in your mind, what you're going to build. Will you be able to complete that in the duration of 2 weeks or not? So all these things you need to think before whatever you put on title and description. This is the one thing. Second thing is, you need to so we won't be taking the duplicate registrations, as in it is first come first served. If someone has already submitted a to-do list, then you can't, you obviously you can do something else, you can make a different UI, but the thing is, once the idea is there, you should think of something different. So whatever you have a short time, it is, once you submit, it's done. So you have to think properly what you were going to build, and also uh, think of something unique that you can build out of in this 2 weeks of hackathon. Okay, give a proper description so that you can find a team member. If you are not having, if you already have one, then it's good only. Yeah, so this is where you are going to register your project. And once you register, can you uh, go to next screen? Yeah, so once you register, it will be there in the submissions. So you can see there are different tiles over here, the project cards over here. So once you submit, it will be visible on this particular link, which we'll be sharing also. So here you can see that you can put your progress also, if it is in progress, if it is completed. If you're facing some issues, you always ping to our Discord. We have a good community for this hackathon, which will take care of everything that every problem that you're facing in this entire 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So you can anytime you can drop any questions in the Discord. Please join the Discord first if you're not the part of our Discord community. So yeah, this is the place where you will be showcasing all the projects. And once you click on any of the cards, it will open up like this, where people can comment, people can collaborate, people even can uh, share their suggestions and feedback. If you share your live link, whatever the project that you created, if you want feedbacks or if you want people to test your product before the hackathon ends, you can do that too. Okay, people will like and people can comment on that also. So this is how the idea structure will look like in this 3 week journey. So first week, focus on ideation. So yeah, CTA. Okay, so what are call for actions for this session that we uh, just which we are streaming right now. The first point is, it's always it's hackathons are always about learning. Okay, even so consider yourself who has participated in a hackathon, and a person who hasn't participated in any hackathon. You always be will get a more experience, as you know how to think of any product. You went through the entire process of ideation, designing, development, testing and stuff. So this entire journey will be like a good learning curve for you for your career in tech. For so always participate. You know, you never know what will happen after this. Okay, for me, it like hackathon is something that changed my life. If you go on my profile, you'll understand what I'm trying to tell you. That's why do participate. Second is ideation, is the process that will open up your brain. You'll be collaborating with your fellow member if you have one. So this is a, a brainstorming part in your life, that if you are participating, you know that there is a deadline of 1 week. You need to complete your ideation, you need to put a description, you need to put a title. Okay, you need to collaborate stuff, right? So and this process will make you learn a lot. Make sure you register properly. If you have a team member, register with a team member. If you are not having, you can do that later also. Important part is the idea, title and the description, which can ensure that whatever you're building is that what description says. And collaboration is like, we always recommend to participate in team, because more the people, the better the project might be. Okay, you never know. So here you can learn the collaboration, how to work in team on GitHub and stuff. We'll be also having a session on Git and GitHub, so that you will be understanding how Git and GitHub works, how to collaborate on Git and GitHub if you are new to Git and GitHub. And last part is, we are always open for a volunteer work. If you, any of you want to volunteer for this hackathon, please your drop whatever you want, whatever you are good at in the Discord, and any of our team members will reach out to you soon. So yes, I'm super excited about next how this next 3 weeks are going to be, and I hope you are too. uh, so we are about, this is react play. I hope you know what react play is already, because Tapas might have already introduced to you. uh, uh, Go to reactplay.io, you and go on the GitHub profile, see what the platform is. If you want to contribute to our open source, you can contribute to that as well. Hit the star icon on the GitHub. We are about to close 1K stars on GitHub. So kudos to the entire team. uh, After after a lot of time, we were able to achieve this amazing mark of 1K almost. So just go ahead and go to reactplay.io, go to our GitHub and just put a star. It is free, no, there is no cost of putting a star, so just go ahead and do it. So yes, and I would like I would like Tapas to call all of our volunteer members to on the stage, so that people would know to whom they can reach out to if they are stuck in any problems and stuff.
Certainly, yeah. I'm just kind of bringing them one by one. I hope I got all of them. So, guys, you need to turn on your camera so that people know you by face as well. Um, yeah. So we have Kaushal. Hey, Kaushal. And we have
Hello.
Ayush. Hello, Ayush. We have Arindam. Yeah, and
Hello.
we have also few more people. We have Ajay. We have Darsh. We have few more other people. Nisha, who are also helping us from the backstage. So please reach out to any of us in case you have more queries, you have more things to discuss. And anyway, we are there on Discord, so I hope that the Discord link is already there in the chat, so you can actually join Discord as well, right? So we want to kind of really want to learn from folks who are participating in hackathon, at the same time want to help them like to become successful with this hackathon. So I'm not sure like if there is any question that is left for answer. Just quickly looking through the chat, I see like you guys have already answered few stuff. um, Okay, so there is a question from Rishita to Pritesh. The idea submission phase is elementary. Do we have to present a deck of our idea proposal or just a description? Pritesh, you want to take that?
Yeah, so yeah, it is eliminatory. Like if you are not submitting, then you won't be able to take part in the hackathon. So it's like 1 week we are giving you just to ideate and put your ideas so that we know that you are registered for this hackathon. It's like good 1 week, so it won't take much of the time. You can even start development and designing if you are done with the ideation part of it. So yes.
Yeah, I think registering the idea early is also key. For example, the to do list example that Pritesh gave, right? Somebody already, if you're posting your idea and then somebody else also coming up with the same idea, they will already see like, okay, Rishita has already posted this idea, so I don't have to post this idea. I'll think about something else. But if you are going late, you will be in that position. So better to kind of post it fast as well. So thanks, Pritesh, for answering that. Wow, 994 stars. So thanks, Priyankar, for doing that. There is one more question from Akash. Can we submit multiple entries? Yes, definitely. You can definitely do as many as possible. There is no bound about it. Um, Thanks, Akash, for asking that. There is one more question. What are some project ideas you would like to attempt as per user experience as a developer? Okay. So, I don't know whether I have to ideate that to talk about it, but one thing for sure is like in past we have seen some great project submissions. For example, someone have built is like a project to get a notification on the email that he is sending, and if somebody is really reading that email, he wants to get a notification without going to the mail app. So it's like very great thing, right? Then what are the events that are happening near me, so that I can see those events. I can track it on the geo map, and I can actually book ticket for some event, or some events may be free. I can go. So there are varieties of things, right? Where once you have an ideas, and then how you want to implement, take it to the next level, what kind of UX you want to bring is completely up to you, right? Somebody, for example, events near me, something that can be done with a simple table, or somebody can do it as like a geo map. On top of that, they can actually put the event location and put it in front of you, like, so UX differs. So as a developer, you have to think like, what kind of UX you want to kind of bring in for your ideas. But anyways, once you have an idea, and then if you want to brainstorm it with one of our team members, one of our mentors, you will have that thing as well, so that you can bake it further, basically. But first, we want you to think through. We want you to first register your ideas. Okay. So that was helpful. Thank you. I'm just going through if we have any other questions once quickly. Um, okay, so I don't say anything. I think you guys have really done a fabulous job answering them. So thank you, everyone. We are done. Guys, anything from your side? Last note. Kaushal, Ayush, Arindam, Pritesh. Any last note from your side? Want to talk anything?
Join our Discord community and subscribe to our newsletter.
Oh, cool. Thanks. All right.
Just to add one last thing, someone has posted a question. Hey, I just joined the stream. Can you please provide an overview of what happened till now? So this will be available. You can uh, see this on Tapas channel. So yeah.
Yeah, the moment we close this stream, it will be available as a recorded video. So you can on the same link, the link that you joined, with the same link, you can actually review the entire episode. And if you have any question after that, please ask us on Discord. We'll be able to help you out.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
just wanted to mention last thing is, uh, don't back off with the thought of will you be able to complete it or not? Will you be able to do it or not? Just close your eyes and fill up even the simplest projects that you can think of and just participate. Because the confidence that you'll gain after submitting the project, after getting the feedback, will take you to the next level in your career. So
Yep.
just go ahead and participate. The rest will be, no one knows what will happen. So yeah, good luck everyone.
Cool. Thank you. So with that, I'll close this stream. Take care, everyone, and I'm going to see a flood of registrations starting 21st. So stay tuned for that to become live. Thank you. Take a good care of yourself. Bye bye.